a prophet. We love a prophet. We love a prophet. We love a prophet.
Papara para, papara para, papara para, papara.
Abu Najma with kids. Abu Najma with kids. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Hadith. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Chilea utapata mwana si wako. Kwa majina ni Muhammad Obura na hii ni Sabah Show.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ikiwa ni tarehe 24 ya mwezi Muharram mwaka 1441 sawia na tarehe 23 ya mwezi Septemba mwaka 2019. Karibu katika Sabah Show, awamu ya uchambuzi wa magazeti. Kipindi ni Active Jumatatu, nikiwa Ibtisam Jamal kwa niaba ya Muhammad Obura, tukiwa katikati mwa jiji la Nairobi, msikiti wa Jamia, ikiwa ni Jumatatu. Na Jumatatu ambayo imenawiri kila mahali. Na katika uchambuzi huu siko peke yangu kama kawaida, niko na sura mpya ambazo ziko tayari kuweza kuchambulia magazeti. Niko na Said Njenga, karibu, na niko na Bashir Langat, karibu. Habari za asubuhi?
Salama sana.
Mko wakati kuna mnekama hamuja kunywa chai baridi niwapiga.
Baridi, unajua kutoka mbali.
Nairobi ile. Nairobi. Karibu sana basi Nairobi, na katika studio za Horizon TV. Katika ukurasa wa kwanza The Daily Nation, it says here, dam scandal details that shocked Uhuru Kenyatta. A confidential technical report that left President Uhuru Kenyatta seething with anger contains errors. Nikisoma labda one paragraph of which I think it will pain you more. It says here, a rural dam contract price was 26 billion, but the projected cost 28 billion. And then Kimaret 17 billion projected. As a Kenyan, we've seen this is just one of the many more. There are so many reactions from politicians, from Kenyans, that Kenyans will have to pay the companies which were supposed to do that. And the projection, it says here, the projection was done 28 years ago. It says here, President angry after learning it was based on feasibility studies done 28 years ago. Said, how do you feel?
Yeah, first of all, I think it's very diminishing, and again, it's very uncanny of people. Kitu cha kwanza tukiangalia pale, the one thing ambao wanakata kuangalia is the inflation of how the Kenyan economy is. From the past, I don't know, 2-3 years, inflation may go by 7% all through. And if you do your studies, by then, if it is 18 billion, with the 7% of inflation, it will not be 17 billion. It's about 20-25. It depends on the inflation. And again, another thing, ukiangalia pia, in a local point of view, personally, yani, kama mtu amepatiwa kazi na pengine mwajiriwa kwa mtaani, na kabisa haiwezekani na hii kitu, utakuwa mjanja kidogo, sababu unaona pia mimi lazima nijilimbikizie kidogo. Inafika mahali unaona hapana, huyu mtamwambia ni hii bei, lakini kawaida ni bei hii. Kule kitu kidogo. It's how it is. It's very uncouth, but that's our new world sasa. Ni vigumu kutoa hizo vidonda ndogo ndogo, lakini it's hard. And another thing, pale amesema hakuwa anajua, sometimes as an authority hauna hiyo time ya kuzunguka mali. Your businesses, kwa mfano, what you do, you assign people to do it. Sasa shida ni hawa tumeassign wanawajibika kweli ama ni watu hivi. Inakuwa pia ni shida pia kwa wewe mkubwa kuachia mtu kazi na hafanyi vile unataka. So inabidi sometimes you take it personal initiative to go around and see how it works. That's how it goes.
Bashir.
Thank you. I think the issue on dams, it's a very touching issue, especially that it's from the Rift Valley, where the DP is coming from. With the recent attacks from the system, the so-called system. Ukiangalia, the moment you breach a contract under law, you have to pay some damages. Or rather, if you avoid the contract as a whole, you have to pay the damages. So Kenyans will lose, the government will lose, because you're going to pay those guys even if the dam is not going to be built. I understand the Kimwarer dam was done away with, only the road dam was approved by the president, but bado ile bei ilipunguzwa because it was 96, I think it came back to 60. Ukiangalia such projections, it's a scam vile Seri amesema, it's a huge scam, because ukiangalia with an excess of over 10 billion, it gives us red flags. And ukiangalia pia on the other side, where were the advisors of the president? You know, you cannot say, you say it was done how many years ago?
28.
20?
Projected
28 years ago.
Yes.
We have 4 sitting presidents for 24 years ago, 28 years ago, 4 sitting presidents, and nobody saw this. All those advisors, what are their work? Unaelewa? The issue came only recently after the CS Treasurer was arrested. Na sasa if this is just the, what do we say, indo kale kadogo, now what of the others? Because I'm so sure scandals like the SGR will come up, because they're bigger scandals. I think the only clean scandal that I think the only clean project the government did is Thika Road. But we are yet to see more. If this is going to pass, then we're yet to see more.
It means that there are more than that.
Yeah,
this is just the beginning.
What is that, the beginning?
Just the beginning.
Tukiangalia the Standard front page says here, Matiang'i Ruto ally clash over land saga. Says here, Interior CS refutes Kericho senators' claim that DP asked senators to water down Ruaraka land report, which had implicating CS Matiang'i. Everything is coming out now.
The issue of the land is been from there since time memorial, since Kenyatta. The land he owns from Nairobi to Thika, a very big part of land. Juzi, we were driving with him, just trying to see the amount of land, maybe in hapa. You could see the massive part of land. The main issue is the politicians. They want everything. They don't care if you are in or out. They want everything. He was just telling me the other day that if at all, just maybe 10 acres should be set aside for maybe something to help the community or something. It will be a very big change to the economy, to the country as well. The housing projects ingekuwa much better. The schools wanajenga, some hata haileti shangwe, ni hivi tu.
And on the Ruaraka land, I think there was this implication here, this tycoon. I think it's a primary school land or the secondary school land. It's not the first time that the minister's name is coming up. We saw the minister's name in the gold saga, the one with the Honorable Senator Wetangula. We also saw it after the court declined the compensation of the Ruaraka land. Now, the moment you're in the system and you're trying to clear your name, then it raises questions, because why is a case of the pot calling the kettle black, because mbono ni kashif mimi na wewe unafanya the same thing. Yeah, because if you receive the money and it's not in a clean way, why would you receive money and the government official?
Be accountable.
Yeah, you should be accountable. Na pia kuna wale watu wa education, they should be the likes of Beliot and the others. Those are the people that are supposed to answer to us. Was this land compensated? How much? And was it legit? I also saw the same tycoon the other day we were in court, and he went to sue for over 20 billion because they said that the government, he was using the words rejected to pay him compensation. Now, on top of the 1.5 billion that was paid and is in controversy, now he wants an extra 20 or so billion.
And the funny thing is that the same people who are the leaders are the same people who make you go for audit. So again, it raises more questions.
So here it has land issues has always been there since colonial eras, and politicians being used for something which they benefit. It has always been there.
It's always been
so
there.
Hopefully there's a solution to that. You're still youth, so maybe we can make that change. The Star front page says here, KRA to monitor M-Pesa accounts to nab tax cheats. It says here, Facebook, Twitter, PayPal and Uber are also targeted to raise revenue. You use all that.
Yeah, we all use that.
And
if
you also use M-Pesa.
everything. And I know.
And you're still taxed everywhere.
Exactly. And if I think they want to generalize, if I'm not wrong, on everything. But at the same time, itauma sana. There's the young guy there, Mambogo or someone there. In Uganda, they tax even WhatsApp, if I'm not very wrong.
Yeah,
If I'm not very wrong, they tax everything. So the cost goes goes too high. I don't think it's a good idea for now. There are several apps like Tala, Branch. They know how to take their money back, the calls, whatever. To me, I don't think that's a good idea.
We always, Bashir, we always think M-Pesa is secured, but KRA is looking into that and looking into accounts and establishing if you declared on your iTax returns are the same with the ones which are there. In M-Pesa, they're targeting to collect 1.9 trillion this year to finance the government's 3.02
First and foremost, I would love to say that as human beings and as Kenyans, we have our rights are protected under the International Human Rights Convention. It's also protected under the Constitution of Kenya. Under Article 31, if I'm not wrong, it says you have the privacy not to be searched, not for your property to be invaded by the government. The same bill came in when they wanted to spy on every cell phone. Yeah. On M-Pesa, I would really want to say that it is not worth it because we are paying tax by transacting in M-Pesa. It's already included in the charges. On the issue of Facebook and Uber and whatnot, kindly, I would love to contradict you guys because these are multi-billion industries. The owner of Facebook is among the top richest guy in Kenya. If this guy is not paying tax, then why are we using his products?
But the thing is, if he starts paying tax, the local authority will make us pay that tax, but not them.
Okay. So you'll still feel the pinch, Bashir.
Exactly.
Okay, if I'll feel the pinch, the root cause of this thing is that we beat more than you can chew. Yeah, the budget July, walisoma budget around 3 point something trillion.
3.02 billion.
Now you're projecting something that you know you cannot raise. Yeah, you know, you have to sasa uanza kutafutilia kule ambapo kwamba utajazile ile pesa.
Tayari ukiangalia snack food like chips are supposed to be taxed, bottled waters and cans
are supposed to be taxed, basic necessities, bread and all that. Now the moment you start taxing those things, then you are done.
Yeah, as I was saying, the issue of inflation, it really goes all around. If you start taxing water, fresh water, and the people don't get it,
it's already not there, and you're not taxing. The other thing is that we were looking at some projections with him. The moment we start imposing this tax, we're just raising the cost of living. 10 years to come, you'll be buying a loaf of bread for over 800 shillings.
About 1,000 bob.
That's how serious it is, a loaf of bread.
So we're heading as other countries in Africa.
We're just heading downhill.
If the rate of the inflation and the taxing and everything continues, it will be a very big problem for us. We have to standardize. In Europe, I think the rate of inflation is about 2%. It's been going on for like 10, 12 years. In the United States, it's about 1.2, just at 2%. In Germany, I think it's 3%. If we are able to make our inflation that instead of 7, there's a 1984, 85. I'm not so sure. It rose by 50%. 1 year you're buying bread 7 shillings, the next year 14 shillings. It's crazy.
It's crazy. When you look at People's Daily French page, it says here, MPs want Balala out of a death of rhinos. He says that the botched translocation of wildlife was motivated by 2.5 billion grant. Yeah, we saw rhinos dying because of being relocated to other countries. Yes, so now he is told to step aside and resign. Should he do that? Because our wild animals were at risk just because of 2.5 billion.
Yeah, what you know, the thing is, you can appoint anyone in any institution. The problem is, the people who were there before, are they doing the job correctly? You can take anyone and put him anywhere. He might be the best person there, but if the people down there are not the best as he is, there's nothing you're doing. You're just changing the head, but nothing. It's very sad because these kind of things, they take time. Even the relocating of animals, like shipping of giraffes. It was major in I think in Congo, if I'm not wrong, about the elephants.
Yeah.
It was a big issue by then, but with him stepping down, I think what he has to do is his boardroom staff and the management just below him. He should reshuffle that or change it all.
So Bashir, if someone is elected or is posted in a certain place, should he reshuffle also the board and the management so as to at least know he is safe and the work is done?
I think I'll go personally on Balala. There's a time 8 rhinos died in Savo, if I'm not wrong, for taking toxic water. And that guy, all he had to say to Kenyans is, you can go to hell. Though he apologized publicly. But he's a person that has been on the helm of tourism industry for over a decade now. He received some numerous awards the other day. I think it was in Qatar or USA. For such mistakes, those are very huge mistakes, considering that rhinos are also endangered species, just like elephants. The moment you jeopardize a whole, wildlife is for the future generations. You're going to leave these things for the future generations. The moment you jeopardize the experience of future generations just because of 2.5 billion shillings, then it comes down to accountability. The same thing you're saying about the land, the same thing you're saying about the dams. Why is you trying to eat as much as you can where you are? Unakulia pale huko, that's what Swahili tunasemaga. Unakulia kule huko because you try to embezzle as much as you can for the limited time you have there. So if at all these leaders are going to be brought to book, and I'm so happy that the DPP and DCI are doing great jobs, if they're going to be brought to book, then if arrests are seen and they are followed up and the due process of law is followed, then I think people will be answerable.
Let's take, before we, just save your comment. After the break, we will be right back at you directly. Na mtazamaji, mada ni moto kama unavyoona kwamba ni taarifa za habari ambazo zinachibua ndani katika society yetu. Tupate pumziko fupi, tarejea baada muda usio kwa mrefu, usiende mbali.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Chilea utapata mwana si wako. Kwa majina ni Muhammad Obura na hii ni Sabah Show.
Wake up to exciting mornings every day. Active Jumatatu with Muhammad Obura. Tech Tuesday with Yusuf Farah. Wednesday, the special edition Business Chat with Ibtisam Jamal. All about your health on Healthy Thursdays with Mariam Mwacharo. Aisha Khan with thorny pertinent issues every Friday on the Round Table. Fresh discussions, direct probe in Sabah Show, only on Horizon TV.
On the next episode,
always surround yourself with positive friends, good friends, friends who believe in you, friends who say you will become a pilot, friends who tell you you'll have a lot of money, friends who tell you you are going to become the best doctor, friends who tell you you'll become the best teacher, friends who believe in you. But don't sit around with bad friends. They tell you, look at you, you are always number last.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Chilea utapata mwana si wako. Kwa majina ni Muhammad Obura na hii ni Sabah Show.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Karibu katika awamu yetu ya pili ya uchambuzi wa magazeti, na niko na wachanganuzi wetu wa masuala ya kisiasa, Said na Bashir. Karibuni tena. Said, before we took a break, you wanted to comment about the rhinos and Balala to resign.
Yeah, I was adding to what he said about the leaders being kujilimbikizia sana. It's funny because when you're in office and the general public look at you and you come back with nothing, they're like, ujamani fanya nini? Siku yote kwa ofisi na hajachukua kitu yote.
Amebaki maskini.
Baki maskini. And the same people ukiingia and you ukijilimbikizia wote wanakuambia, this guy is not good. I think it's about the society as well. We want more and yet we don't want to give more.
Okay, so when we look at Business Daily front page, it says here 267,000 retail investors exit Safaricom since IPO. We've seen over the years almost everyone is buying. We used to buy stakes at Safaricom. Everyone wanted stakes at Safaricom. Investors were thriving inside Safaricom. What is not happening?
I think it's because one thing, the other markets that are coming up more and more, even though they're not very competitive, but they're coming up, the likes like Telkom and Airtel. You can see they're gaining ground day in, day out, day in, day out. Plus Safaricom, they have some scandals with the government. I don't know, the issue with the cameras, the CCTV cameras, the mobile transactions and what have you. I think people are beginning to get scared. Like the bank, there's this bank which was closed for a few years back. I'm not sure which one.
It's a local bank.
Yeah, it's a local bank. I'm not very sure which one, but it's the same thing. When you get uncertainty from your products, your producers, it goes down the line, and you're like, no, I can't do this anymore.
No. I think the main issue with Safaricom is the merger. I think they're very the merger between Airtel and Telkom. I don't know if it's really going to happen, because they went to court and challenged the CAK Communication Authority of Kenya not to allow the merger, and they came out in public and social media firing that we are not trying to monopolize this telecommunication industry. But they have the support of the government. One thing, what people don't know, every time you use Safaricom services, you sign an NDA, whether you know it or you don't. That's why you'll never find a suit against Safaricom. You'll never find anyone suing Safaricom, because you already signed an NDA with them. It's really, I think the reason why people are running away from Safaricom is that other companies, like Said said, are coming up. If you look at the real estate industries, you look at the manufacturing industries, the stakes are higher than these Safaricom stakes. Again, the dividends at the end of the year for Safaricom, they are not assured. Not all the time you're paid. Sometimes the dividends are used to expand, and you have to be carry forward and carry forward and carry forward. But I think the main reason why these people are trying to run away from Safaricom is the merger. Because once the merger comes up, then you can be rest assured Safaricom will feel the pain.
Tukiangalia gazeti la Taifa leo, ni kwamba waziri wa Mulembe Mruka Mariga, it says here, asema mgombeaji wa ubunge kwenye uchaguzi mdogo wa Kibra, chama cha Jubilee, McDonald Mariga amepata pigo baada ya kikundi cha wazee wa jamii ya Waluya kuamua kutomunga mkono na kuunga mkono mgombea wa Ford Kenya katika kinyang'anyiro hicho. We've seen so much happening in Kibra. So now not so many people are supporting Mariga. Everyone is going to what they think it is right. What is not happening in Kibra?
I think it's a thing about footballers again. Footballers and money and football. In Tahiti, there was a footballer who wanted to be a senator, if I'm not wrong, but he couldn't, because the local were like, when he had the football money, he never helped us.
Again,
now he wants to go to the government to get more money and keep for himself.
And he doesn't know our problems because he's never been here.
Exactly.
I think it's the same thing hunting Mariga. It's so unfortunate. Though I cannot give personal opinions about Mariga, I've never interacted with him personally, except when this guy was playing football, some 1 or 2 times we met with Mariga in Italy. But personally, I think the Kibra parliamentary contest, it's like it's bringing us up, like you asleep, then you forgot about politics, then the politics are up again. Now you see, you're finding some very critical details. NASA, ODM is seeking to get out of NASA by if they take the ticket with Mr. Imran, then they're getting out of NASA. Then you're seeing the drift in Jubilee, and again ANC wanabishana na ODM, the Ford Kenya issue. Now I think there was this really endorsing Mariga is a non-issue, considering the fact that Kibra is in Nairobi County. If it were in Kakamega or Busia there, then it would be a huge problem. But not ignoring the fact that there is quite a significant number of the Baluya voters in Kibra. But I think Kenyans right now, we are past that.
We're changing the way we vote.
Even if you're not really past that, but in Nairobi, I think people are past that. Yeah, you could see that, like the MCA Kahawa Ndani is a Luo under a Jubilee ticket. The Secretary General of Jubilee is Raphael Tuju, who is a Luo. Now you can see there's this change over the backward thinking that you have to be endorsed by. So these things normally happen in the northeastern part where you have to seek the Wazee seat before Waniekiti. But I think Mariga, he's in for a tough race. If you want us to concentrate more on Kibra politics, then I think we'll go too far, because ukiangalia Imran, I think he has an upper hand, because if you look at the tribal linings, there is a Luo part, and then he's a Muslim, so the Nubi people are obviously going to chip in there. Mariga, if they campaign well, then he has a chance, but as at now,
I really don't think he has a chance.
If they campaign well and if they use their
even if they
apparatus
campaign well, I really don't think so.
It's a contest for another day.
Tukiangalia gazeti la Taifa Leo ukurasa 4 ni kwamba Kenya yasifiwa kupunguza vifo vya watoto wachanga. Tukiangalia kwamba ripoti inasema kwamba vifo hivyo vimepungua hadi kufikia watoto 41 kati ya 1000, ilhali kiwango cha vifo hivyo duniani ni 39 kati ya watoto 1000. Tukiangalia kwamba Bi Margaret Kenyatta, mama wa taifa, ameweza kufanya mengi tangu Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kuwa rais. With the Beyond Zero campaign, mortality rate of newborns baby has significantly reduced. Do you think it's a good move? And other also areas like other diseases like cancer, diabetes should also be done the same way?
Yeah, I think that's a very positive thing, and I think that should be a start for us to go for the mortality, to reduce it. Then we go for other diseases, cancer, the diabetes, the TB, and what have you. I think this was one of the best things that has ever happened to our country. I think it's more than 50% reduced, if I'm not very wrong. That is a very good number. And the good thing about this, you just don't treat them, you educate them. And the first thing, if you want to help someone, educate that someone. Because you can't go anywhere, just give someone 10 shillings, use it for that day. It will go. But if you teach him how to use this 10 shillings to get 20 shillings, it will be much better. And that's the thing that Margaret Kenyatta did. You help this person, and then you educate, you get them, the families, mostly the fathers, because most of them were very neglectant. They neglected their families, the women, the time. They don't know these issues properly. But when they came aboard and joined the organization and how to do it, it really saved a lot.
Do you think we saw an example that it takes time, it takes investment to do away with something? Should the government also take time and do more sensitization, invest more money in cancer?
Yes, I think it's high time the government started opening cancer centers in Kenya. Considering the fact that Beyond Zero campaign was just an individual effort of the First Lady. We really thank her, by the way, for quite a good job. Though it also had some issues. This is Kenya, there's always some scandal about it. The highly reduced mortality rate is also attributed to the free maternity healthcare. Yeah. The moment somebody can walk into a facility and for free give, whether it's by CS or it's normal birth, then I think it's a great thing, especially in this African region. On the cancer issue, it's high time. I think we were discussing with some doctors with Saidi. Why don't you just make the Kenyatta University Hospital a cancer center for Kenya? Because by the virtue of you making it a referral, that it really means that those are serious cases. The moment we invest more on cancer, let us not neglect these small diseases, though they were big diseases of the past. You can see tumeona malaria vaccine imeanza kupeana and everything. But the moment we start building cancer centers, making it locally available that you can have chemotherapy, radiotherapy, not over-congesting KNH. You know, to have chemotherapy in KNH, you have to wait for months because your line is ndefu. I think the only 2 hospitals, a public hospital, Moi Teaching in Eldoret and KNH. But the moment you create more cancer centers and these machines come to the country, tumeona some counties have tried, Sonko amejaribu, pia Waitito tried before he was outed of the office. If this keeps on going, then I think we're going to beat this cancer menace. And also civil education, vile mwenzangu hapa amesema, people need to change their lifestyle for you to curb cancer, because you cannot treat cancer like malaria in 2 days.
Because as you were speaking with the HDs, the first thing they told us is your diet. What is your diet? We neglect these small things, where you go to buy the meat, where you go to buy your skuma, where you go. They really matter.
And the way we are told every day, it is everything we eat is contaminated with something.
Yes, exactly. It's very sad, because a few days there were rice which were plastic.
Milk which is contaminated.
Cabbage, plastic cabbage. You can even eggs.
Our vegetables also contaminated because they use dirty water.
It comes down to every government body. If it's scabs, make sure you're taking the right meat. It was so sad that we were taking this. Actually, we even went for some checks because we were notorious clients of these people. We used to trust the supermarket meat. Now, and then all of a sudden, this thing is exposed by private journalists. Where was the government all this time?
Exactly.
For how long have we taken these things? How exposed are we to cancer?
How exposed are we? Well, when you look at Nation page 3, it says here, master's graduate who is not ashamed of boda trade. He graduated with master's, Bachelor of Commerce, Procurement, Supplies and Management from University of Nairobi. He doesn't have a job. Right now his job is riding a boda. This is just one of the many cases of youth who are done with their studies. They passed with first honors, second honors, but there's no work. Others are struggling with looking after their family and themselves, other hawking, other going into criminal things. What is the government not doing right? We have so many graduates, but less jobs. Yeah,
the thing is, I think our education system and how we get there, it's different, because the education system has significantly improved with the high school free education, the campuses, the everything. Then when you get this degree, what next?
What next?
In the 1980s, 1970s, it was after from the NYS, you then go to the campus and everything. From there, you'd know, because I've done this and this.
It was a free pass,
I'll go to this government institution for 2 years, get my experience, then go somewhere. But as of now, you get your degree, like 20 people. When you go to a company, they want 3 years experience. When you have nothing, they don't want to give you an internship. It's very sad, because when we were electing the president, they said they'll create jobs, like 5,000 jobs. Sad thing is, these jobs, most of them, about 50%, they go to the foreigners. They don't trust us. They don't trust our education system. It's very sad, because if you can see behind the people who are well off, the ministers, where do their children
abroad?
They study abroad. It's funny that you want to improve us, yet you're taking them away.
Trust the same system.
They don't trust the same system which you're creating for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then when you look at it, is that should the government invest more in technical colleges? Because I think kazi ya mikono ndo inalipa. It's guaranteed you will have a job.
Very recently, CS Education Magoha really criticized people in, I think he stays in Bondo or somewhere there. He said he was looking for a plumber and he had to travel over 50 kilometers to get a plumber. It's the same thing. I'm sorry to say this on air, but education is no longer the key to success, because everybody's educated nowadays. We have degrees, now this is a master's case, and somebody's struggling to get a diploma. Just imagine, these are masters. Those are two levels ahead. At the moment we start getting street smart, you see, then let's do away the notion ya kuandikwa kazi. Employment will never work for you, because your employer will never pay you to be his neighbor. You will never. Okay, let's take a good example. You're having your degree. How much, or what's the average pay for a Kenyan employee? once you're employed?
20 to 30.
20 to 30,000. Give it 20,000. You've not hit tax bado. That's not net pay. That is gross pay. You have to pay for housing. You have to pay for transport. You have to pay for food. You have to pay at the end of the month.
You have to even give your parents. Or child.
Everybody's Jamal
is depending on you.
Kusomesha mbona usitusaidie. At the end of the day, you are running on minus. You see, you're waking up at 8 up to 5 and everything. But the moment ukona ka jua kali kako pale nje, you can comfortably put a jua kali there, employ someone to look after that jua kali as you're going to look for something else.
Something else. We will get back to you inshallah. Na mtazamaji, mada kama tulivyosema ni moto. Tupate pumziko fupi, tarejea baada muda usiokuwa mrefu.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Chilea utapata mwana si wako. Kwa majina ni Muhammad Obura na hii ni Sabah Show.
Are you finding difficulty to find us on Azam decoders? Rescan your Azam decoders and find us on channel 008. Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation. Wake up to exciting mornings every day. Active Jumatatu with Muhammad Obura. Tech Tuesday with Yusuf Farah. Wednesday, the special edition Business Chat with Ibtisam Jamal. All about your health on Healthy Thursdays with Mariam Mwacharo. Aisha Khan with thorny pertinent issues every Friday on the round table. Fresh discussions, direct probe in Sabah Show only on Horizon TV.
On the next episode,
Always surround yourself with positive friends, good friends, friends who believe in you, friends who say you will become a pilot, friends who tell you you'll have a lot of money, friends who tell you you are going to become the best doctor, friends who tell you you'll become the best teacher, friends who believe in you. But don't sit around with bad friends. They tell you, look at you, you are always number last.
Repel the thought, for if you don't, it becomes an idea. So repel the idea, for if you don't, it will become a desire. So fight against that desire, for if you don't, it will become a determination and a passion. And if you don't repel that, it will become an action. And if you don't replace it with its opposite, it will become a constant habit. So at that point, it will be difficult for you to change it.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Chilea utapata mwana si wako. Kwa majina ni Muhammad Obura na hii ni Sabah Show.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Karibu katika awamu yetu ya tatu na ya mwisho ya uchambuzi wa magazeti. Katika ukurasa wa 8 wa Daily Nation says here, crisis looms as hospitals go without crucial drugs. The drugs which won't be there and the cost of the drugs will be high will be cancer, painkillers, diabetes, hypertension, epilepsy, stomach ulcers and even malaria drugs, which are sold widely in Kenya. These are painkillers, these are drugs which are used every day.
The most common cases.
Let's say like diabetes, if one doesn't get those drugs,
the insulin, the everything.
Exactly, something bad will going to happen to that person.
Yeah.
So the cost of the drugs are going to be high. and it will be delayed. Almost all hospitals in Kenya lack these essential drugs, and you're being overtaxed at the same time.
It's very sad. It's very sad because it goes to the thing of demand and supply. The demand is so high, the supply is so low because of ABCD. And when you want to dig deep about what is happening, they will not tell you. In some industries, what they do, they delay their supply for the demand to go up. When the demand goes up, the products, the prices go up. So to them, that's a way of making profits. It's very sad because the one who is feeling the pain is the one who is injured, the one who is sick, the one who... You have to look for other ways to get this money, but the companies, they don't care. In the United States, they once raised the amount of cancer drugs from about, I think, $20 to $150. That is more than 50%. That is way high. That's about 15,000 Kenya shillings for a dose which you need. And another one another one for insulin. The problem was they did not have the set standards. And the standards for these drugs, they have to be sit down by a panel. This drug, this and this must be the retail value. This must be what have you, the checks, the everything. They don't have that. We have people who now we play the blame game. No, it's not us, it's the hospitals, not it's the government. Who is who?
No one is pointing fingers.
When you go to the hospital, they tell you no, the companies. When you go to the companies, no, the government.
But I think the key part, the headline saying the public hospitals, right? So the mandate of providing drugs for public hospitals is squarely on the government.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and recently we've seen the issue of KEMSA, and we saw Governor Mutua closing up chemists, because in every public hospital there is a line of chemists. Mainly owned by doctors of the same hospital or pharmacies of the same hospital. Ukishatibia unaandikia unaambiwa hii dawa hatuna, kanunua nje.
Go to a certain
go to a certain atakupatia na bei nzuri, because he has interest in the same chemistry. It comes back to what Said is saying. Why don't you regularize or maybe say limit the industry, because if the pharmacist is going to prescribe drugs to you to go to a certain chemist, then how about me, the normal Wanjiko earning less than $1 a day? How am I going to afford drugs for malaria? Drugs for malaria is going for around 100 bob, yeah? Now, I'm going to pay for consultation around 200 shillings. I'm going to pay for maybe lab for 80 shillings. Then on top of that, you want me to buy drugs for 100 shillings. That's over 500 shillings. Now, if I have 5 kids and they all get malaria, will I really afford the health care?
Exactly, that's a big question. When we look at page 10 of Daily Nation, it says here, APRO has abandoned pits turned into death traps. 7 people so far have died this year, drowned in an open pit that have turned into dams. We've seen so many cases, people excavating, and then they leave it at that.
It is so notorious. It is so notorious of the foreign contractors. I'm sorry to say this, but it's the truth. Especially the Chinese companies, they dig up some place and leave it like that. It comes back to regularization. Now, if nobody is following up about these things, the contractor will finish his job, get paid, and he will leave. The people who are going to suffer are the locals, because these are land that by itself, it's a risk. It can collapse anytime, water can come up anytime, and everything. At the moment, this, I think it should come back to the when you are being awarded the contract or the tender in that matter. It should be specified that after certain excavations, you have to clean up your mess. Then that's when you're going to be paid. If you're not going to clean up your mess, then you're going to withhold some money to clean up that mess.
Yeah, and it's so sad because there's no regulations. You just do what you do and you leave.
Yeah.
It's bad in the case that I can come somewhere, do my digging, do my whatever, build my something, and just leave, because there's no rules set to say that when this is done, this must be followed up to do this. When I do this, follow up by this. I think it's then because we are moving so fast as an economy, but because we're moving so fast, we fail to know what is needed. Because new challenges come, and instead of focusing on them, on how to solve them, we are left shocked. Okay, it happened. So what next?
And it's not only the construction company. You've seen these fiber companies. These installing the fiber cables and everything. They come dig up a trench,
and then they leave it
install
at
their wires, and they leave it like that. And nobody is responsible. You don't know where to find those guys.
And the damage is usually forever.
And if you go to those guys, they're going to tell you, why is the law that demands from us that you're supposed to clean this mess? There is no law. So it comes back to making laws that are going to make sure that contractors and everybody who does any kind of excavation cleans up his mess before they leave.
Page 12 on Daily Nation has had news says here, mother and child stuck in India after son's heart surgery. It says here the hospital has confiscated travel documents. Initial bill of 618,000 has been growing to 5,000 every day. As per yesterday, it's 750,000.
It's
people don't have medical, can't acquire medical treatment here, cheap and medical, so they go to India, and then they go there, they go stuck.
Yeah, it goes back to the government issues. What are we doing with our health facilities? As you were saying, why can the KU hospital to deal with cancer? They open another one to deal with the heart. They open another. It's that the small things that we will do will make us even better. Because if you see someone going to India, it means that we are lacking in very many things.
For a simple heart surgery.
Exactly.
It's not even a transplant, it's just a surgery.
We might have the doctors, yes, but the facilities are not there. It's very sad because when you go there, when another thing that has to be added there, when you calculate your money from here, when you go there, there has to be more expenses. And when you go abroad, first of all, because of your color, sorry to say this, because the racism is very real. It really happens. When we were in the UK, it really happened to us some time back. You can see this person, he really does not want you to be there. Same case goes to them. Maybe something happened, they don't care about you. All they just want is their money. Yeah, it's sad at the same time.
I think it comes back to the big four agenda of the universal health. Are we really achieving universal health if you are going out for heart surgeries? You know, heart surgeries are one of the most basic surgeries in the field of medicine. The other thing is, before you leave, kindly make some projections and give some miscellaneous expenses for your treatment, though it might be on a short while, but to really understand. Like you said, we were in the UK and these guys were actually double billing us. You can imagine somebody walks in because he's British and he's given coffee for $1. $1, 120, yeah, 120, $1.20. Then we walk in and the coffee has moved up to $2 because of your skin color. So these people have the perception that you have the money, that's why you're in our country. Now why don't we exploit you?
So it's the same thing which is happening in Kenya.
It's the same thing.
It is the same thing happening here. We see a white person, a foreign person, we usually overcharge them for nothing.
And the funny thing in the UK, when you're a foreigner and maybe you work there, the tax is up to 50%. So you can imagine you have to do double, triple jobs to just sustain you. And another thing, you pay
bills. Bills are paid weekly.
Weekly. We are used to monthly.
Yeah. You pay the rent weekly, you pay steamer weekly, you pay Maji weekly.
So you can imagine how it is.
I would rather stay in Kenya.
Yeah,
the grass is not that green on the other side.
Exactly. Yeah. So something let's ask ourselves. It says here, why Chuka men would rather die than set foot in the kitchen? They don't want to sit in the kitchen. It is a no-go zone for them. Would you sit in the kitchen and help your wife?
Yes, something that is one of my line of work. Yeah, I do some chef business. So I think why the men are not going to the kitchen is because of the traditional perceptions that time immemorial, I can't do this because of ABCD, this is a woman's job. We are past that now.
You'd rather stay hungry but don't go in a kitchen.
That's how they are. Yeah, it's very sad.
And help someone.
You're not considering this man. You know, there's some circumstances. Maybe this man, kuna ile you come from work, you're tired, you just left your wife there, unafika kwa nyumba, and then there's nothing.
Let me read something here. It says here, the restriction tightens when a Chuka boy gets circumcised and is ushered into the club of real men. At this point, even loitering near the kitchen is frowned upon.
It is actually in very many communities. Like in our community, we're told that when you walk nearby the kitchen, you have to cough. it's a sign of it's like a sign language, where you know women are there, sitting positions, I'm sitting positions, and if before you get into the kitchen you have to cough. That's what we were taught. There's some circumstances, maybe I'm not fully agreeing with this guy, but kuna ile umetoka job, umechoka, and then you just walk in the house, and this lady just sitting there.
But what if both of you are from work?
Yeah.
Both of you are from work.
We
live in Nairobi.
We live
in Nairobi where
mostly
the mother and the father all go to work.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation. Because
let me give you a hypothetical. Maybe your wife is in hospital. Would you cook or just wait?
That's a sure.
That's what I'm saying.
So
It really depends.
Yeah, what if your wife is at work, you're at work, you all get in almost the same time?
Yeah.
Then I think
maybe you come earlier.
It will be so barbaric to if that's the situation, then it will be so barbaric if utamwacha pike. But maybe there are other duties you have to do. Yeah, maybe what to finish your homework, you have to do the homework, she's to do the cooking. No, I would rather nifanyisha watoto homework than mother to cook than yeye afanyisha watoto homework.
So you cook is a no.
It's not a no. I cook, I cook.
It's a no for him.
It's not a no, but it depends on the situation. Some ladies can really be on your neck. Some ladies can really be on your neck.
Cooking is nice. Let's our final story says here, divisions will cost ill. Prepare Central's Kenya State House. It says here that the division we are seeing right now in Central Province and in Jubilee Party will affect come 2022. Will it affect?
Yeah, it might affect, but not so sure, because you can see some members of the Jubilee, some with the DP, someone new. It goes back to the tribalism that we try to sugarcoat every other time. I don't think it's a thing we have to do. I think it's something we have to do away with. Yeah. It's very sad, because when you have someone who has your back, when you reach that finish line, don't let him go. Maybe he has something better because he's been there for a while. He knows everything about it. And these divisions, I think most is the local clans maybe down there. They want this person or this person. It's funny at the same time.
You see divisions, but when come almost 2022 elections, everything comes into place mostly.
Yeah, the main issue I think, Said, is there's some functions within the. Let's specifically tackle the Jubilee Party. There are two people. There's a Kileweke side and there's a Tangatanga side. We can remember the Tangatanga side was refused to be registered as a party the other day because of the name Tangatanga. I fail to understand why would they do that. Now, okay, for instance, the wiper, does it really make sense? It doesn't make sense. So why refuse to register Tangatanga? That's aside. The main issue here is do as much as possible for DP Ruto not to get into State House. I'm sorry to say this, but that's the sad truth. The other thing is one group has a leader, or an Amir, as we say in Islam, but the other one doesn't have. Now, it has come down to the point that now the Kileweke are trying to side themselves with the DM. You saw Maina Kamanda the other day openly supporting Kibra Imran. Now, these things are going to cost us. One, why? Because we are focusing more on politics and less on development. Two, it is also helping us in some way, because we are seeing this Warembo wa Baba, there's this Warembo wa Baba, the purple and white team, and there's the Inua Mama. Now, the fight between these two people is helping us, the locals, because our mothers, they are getting gases, they're getting tanks, disabled people are getting wheelchairs. If it is to our good, then well and good, you guys continue. But it is more to our detrimental than to our good, because the moment easy wrangles in us, you can see people fighting in churches, people hurling insults during rallies and everything.
Going to buy things from
the same people going to same products. And then we as the wananchi wadogo are going to fight, but these guys, they know what they're doing. Like you said, 2022 ikikaribia, things will fall into place.
Thank you so much, Said and Bashir, for coming. Thank you so much. Your input is very important. Na mtazamaji, tumefika tamati ya uchambuzi wa magazeti. Usiende mbali, katika Active Tuesday tutaweza kujadili masuala ya kwa nini vijana wengi wanataka kwenda nje kusoma vyuo vikuu ambao haviko humu nchini. Tatizo ni lipi haswa? Katika Active Jumatatu tutaweza kujadili hayo na mengi. Usiende mbali, tarejea baada muda usiokuwa mrefu.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Chilea utapata mwana si wako. Kwa majina ni Muhammad Obura na hii ni Sabah Show.
Are you finding difficulty to find us on Azam decoders? Rescan your Azam decoders and find us on channel 008. Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation. Wake up to exciting mornings every day. Active Jumatatu with Muhammad Obura. Tech Tuesday with Yusuf Farah. Wednesday, the special edition Business Chat with Ibtisam Jamal. All about your health on Healthy Thursdays with Mariam Mwacharo. Aisha Khan with thorny pertinent issues every Friday on the round table. Fresh discussions, direct probe in Sabah Show only on Horizon TV.
Horizon TV, kurunzi ya taifa.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la.
Dear viewers, in case of any feedback, advice or complaints regarding our programming, contact Horizon TV on 0798 974747 or our live call-in number 0711 707 707 or send us a text message on 21951 or email us at info@horizontv.co.ke.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum. What are the first words that come to your mind when you hear the name Imam Bukhari? I'm guessing it's along the lines of hadith scholar of Sahih Bukhari. What about when you hear the name Khalid bin Walid? I'm guessing the warrior who is the sword of Allah. How about Michael Jordan? Basketball, right? Why is it that when we hear about certain people